and Trunk Show at Lionel Smith Limited. Closed captioning on News Channel 6 is sponsored by Hearing Associates of South Carolina.
We got a sunny weekend ahead, but we still do have some lingering fire dangers. I'll let you know when we'll finally see beneficial rain coming up.
Right now on News Channel 6 at 5, an exciting day for the class of 2025 at the Medical College of Georgia as they find out where they will start their careers as doctors. We will take you to Match Day as your News at 5 starts now.
This is WJBF News Channel 6 at 5.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Grant Means. We thank you for joining us. Jenny has the evening off. Coverage you can count on begins with really the most wonderful time of the year. If you're a med student, the Medical College of Georgia holding its annual Match Day ceremony at SRP Park. And these youngsters found out where they're going to go for the next few years, and Graham Lee was there. And it's so exciting that we're going to make you wait just a few more moments, because what's even better than Match Day is the weather that we had to wrap up this work week. And so let's see what the future holds weather-wise with meteorologist Miller Hyatt.
That's right, Brad. It's going to be a beautiful, sunny weekend ahead, and like we're seeing right now, wall-to-wall sunshine, and that's going to really warm those temperatures up. So right now, looking at Swainsboro, we do have a light breeze right now, but other than that, nice and quiet as the entire region is under high pressure right now. So temperature-wise, not too bad. 64 degrees in Augusta, 63 in Aiken, 66 in McCormick. So as we look at our dew points, it's very dry. Dew points in the 20s right now. So that's why we do have that burn ban for South Carolina, which bans any burning outdoors. So winds out of the south pumping in that warm air, but no moisture though. 8 miles per hour sustained. Not as windy as yesterday though. So the fire danger continues to this evening for a majority of the area for low humidity, light winds, and dry vegetation. So just make sure not to do any burning outdoors, especially tomorrow. We are looking at a red flag warning, which is even higher than a fire danger alert. So that means that you do not need to do burning at all tomorrow between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. because any fire that does form could spread very fast with the breezy conditions returning tomorrow. So as far as our dog walking forecast goes, if you're walking your furry friend this evening, a beautiful evening to head out. Temperatures fall into the low 50s with a light southwest wind. So heading into tomorrow's forecast, we're going to be seeing plenty of sunshine, even warmer than today. Temperatures in the mid-70s with more of a breezy wind. I'll have the rest of your forecast coming up. Brett?
All right, thanks a lot, Miller. Now to a day that med students have had circled on their calendar for a long time, the day where they find out where they're going to spend the initial part of their careers as doctors. It's Match Day, MCG at SRP. Graham Lee has it covered.
Nothing but excitement here at SRP Park. Parents, faculty, and staff all coming together to celebrate the 246 students in the class of 2025 as they prepare to officially start their careers as doctors. After cheesing for a class picture, students making their way down to the field, eager to find out what program they're matched with. But some are celebrating their match in more ways than one.
We actually met our first year of medical school. It went really quickly from there. We managed to plan a wedding during the hardest rotations that we were on, but it was really worth it.
I was originally going to do pediatrics, but then I decided I really want to do family medicine. And then I got pregnant around the beginning of my clinical rotations, so my daughter Millie, she came with me throughout my whole clinical rotations, and now we're here together.
The class of 2025 also started their journeys in the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, a challenge their class president says has made everyone stronger.
And we're also going through partially a curriculum change for the second year for the new 3+ curriculum, and going through that plus doing virtual was very interesting, but I really think everybody persevered.
When it came time to open the envelopes, scenes of jubilation.
This is why we do what we do. Every student here has a story and obstacles they've overcome to get this, and this is a real moment for them and their families and all their support systems, our faculty. This is where we celebrate their accomplishments, and we know that they're going to go onward and upward and do great things.
And with students dressing up as heroes and villains, school leaders say it's the perfect opportunity for them to realize their futures are bright as the true heroes in healthcare. In North Augusta, Graham Lee, WJBF, News Channel 6.
Well, it's nice to lead off the newscast with some upbeat news, isn't it? Congratulations to all of those med students and future physicians. Elsewhere in the news today, the search for a murder suspect continues in Richmond County. Donnell Mitchell wanted for the shooting death of Akee Pauley. This happened this week on Dabney Drive. Deputies say he probably has a weapon. He's dangerous. Don't go near him. Just call the sheriff's office and let him know that you know where he is. You don't have to give your name. The city of North Augusta has a new public safety building. So nice. A ribbon cutting ceremony held today on Georgia Avenue. It's going to have space for a new courtroom, a large lobby, new place for dispatch to work, an emergency operations center, and office space for patrol.
The EOC is really important. The training room is very important. Our crime lab, everybody being under the same room or under the same roof, it's just everybody can actually work together a lot better because in the old building you had actually two separate buildings. Granted, they were next to each other, but at the same time things were separate, and it was a little more difficult to go back and forth and try to get stuff done. So, you know,
the overall budget for that project, $25 million. New tonight, the Georgia tort reform bill headed to Governor Brian Kemp's desk. This changes how damages are determined in the court system and raises the bar for proving a business or property owner is liable. The bill getting final passage in the Senate this morning, and the governor says this is a priority. He will sign it into law. The city of Augusta announcing a plan to reopen its cemeteries. We are checking in on debris cleanup on the next edition of the Means Report, and that's been a huge undertaking. Steve Castle knows it. He's in charge of picking up all those piles in the wake of Hurricane Helene. He'll bring us up to speed on where things stand, and he'll show us some compelling pictures that show the drastic changes from before the storm and after. Steve, our town and our lifetime will never look the same, will it?
No, without a significant investment. We're talking today with the group about the reforestation, but even that's, you know, you can't replace 100-year-old trees.
No.
I mean, especially if you get into the old Somerville areas where, I mean, it's uprooted red oaks, and I mean, these street trees were beautiful before, and they just ripped out everything. You've got trunks of the trees. That's a frustration right now, is the stumps and the trunks. And some of these are the size of my kitchen table. So
they're huge.
Yeah, they're huge. You have to split them. They're very heavy. They can't get them with, you know, they have to bring in special equipment for that.
Yeah, you really need to see those powerful images from Steve Castle, plus a brand new place for first responders to get help. They go through so much, and this facility will help them heal. The Means Report, Monday afternoon at 12:30, right here on News Channel 6, and a celebration at that facility just yesterday. There it is, Valor Station, a first of its kind, nonprofit behavioral health center, finally open exclusively for our first responders. It was made by first responders. In fact, they're behind this whole effort, and it's to support people who protect and serve, who may have developed behavioral health issues because they're exposed to so many traumatic events, big ones, small ones. It all adds up. The building took about 7 years to complete down at 404 Telfair Street.
There's been a lot of back and forth with trying to get zoning at different places, and then it just kind of all worked out to here. But it's been just a long effort for, you know, trying to get the funding, trying to get the locations, trying to get the staff and the people in place. So it's been a really, really long road, but super excited to be here.
If you'd like to donate or learn more about the nonprofit, just find this story on our website, WJBF.com. Mixed feelings over a new project in Burke County, where there's a new stretch of road that'll lead to the entrance of Plant Vogel from Highway 56. GDOT says it'll help with traffic and emergency response, but one person we talked to says there's been a lack of transparency about this project.
We all want to see progress. The issue is not that we don't want to see progress. The issue is that progress should be fair, and it should not allow individuals and the public to be taken advantage of simply because the government can strong arm an individual.
We will continue to cover this project as the development unfolds. The public can submit comments about the project up until April 4th. There's a link on how to do that on our website, WJBF.com. Relay races, walking the track, and teamwork. Some of the events in the spotlight at the Special Olympics in Columbia County today, where they had the opening ceremonies at Lakeside High School. A torch run kicked it all off, and then student athletes from across the district took part in softball, the tennis ball toss, the javelin throw, you name it. Staff and volunteers say these games are a great self-esteem boost for the athletes, and they get wonderful team experience.
Just look around and see the smiles on the kids' faces. You know how excited they are to participate. This is like their Super Bowl. This is the event they look forward to all year, and it's an event where they can come out and compete in different events and just show us all what they can do.
I tried to run fast, and I got
Ryan Smith in second.
4th place.
4th place, not too bad, my man. Well done. The winners getting ribbons for each race. Those who didn't win still got honorable mention medals. Still ahead, a new bill that's making amendments to diversity, equity, and inclusion. There's a bill in South Carolina that lawmakers are studying what it could mean for state agencies, schools, and companies.
We continue to see a moderate drought in effect for portions of the area. The good news is that we have above average precip on the way. Details coming up.
Right here in the Bible.
Just $2.95 at the Rooms to Go Kids Anniversary Sale.
Lawmakers taking a step back from a bill that could impact every business, school, and state agency in South Carolina. It could cost them millions of dollars, as Caroline Yaffa reports.
Over 70 Republicans are promoting a bill they say would support merit-based hiring and end diversity, equity, and inclusion programs.
The person who is most qualified for the job or most qualified for the admission or most qualified, regardless of what their background is the person who deserves the slot or the position.
On Wednesday, the House Education and Public Works Committee amended the bill to ban DEI programs in local governments, state agencies, school districts, and public colleges. This new version of the bill will no longer impact private businesses that are contracted by the state.
I think it also could have taken us into some possible legal jeopardy with the bill down the road. So we knew that we needed to go in and amend this and make things different.
Democratic Representative Cambrell Garvin is one of 4 Democrats who voted against this bill.
This is fight for state organizations from now wanting to encourage diversity when you have the General Assembly saying that it is our priority, that we don't talk about it, and that we pretend that it doesn't exist or that it's not real.
Advocacy Director for the South Carolina American Civil Liberties Union, Josh Malkin, says he believes McGinnis has the right intent, but says once bills like these leave the State House, the intent rarely matters.
I think it's really problematic that white folks, white legislators, are advancing legislation that seems to suggest that systematic racism, systematic discrimination has ceased to exist.
McGinnis says it's important for everyone to understand this will not prevent an Office of Civil Rights and an Office of Wellness and Belonging. In Columbia, Caroline Yaffa, WJBF News Channel 6.
Weather headlines on WJBF News Channel 6. Brought to you by Hickson Roofing. If your roof needs fixing, call Mr. Hickson.
Safety recalls at checktoprotect.org.
Every day, ordinary people in the CSRA do extraordinary things to serve our community. Each month, News Channel 6 recognizes these outstanding volunteers with the Giving Your Best Award. Do you know an everyday hero who goes the extra mile to help others? Nominate them for the Giving Your Best Award by visiting WJBF.com and filling out the entry form.
Sponsored by Science Co., Piedmont Augusta, Security Federal Bank, and News Channel 6. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live 5/6.
Happy Friday. It is a gorgeous day, not a cloud in the sky as we check out our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam at Augusta Regional Airport. Right now, 64 degrees. Can't get much better than that. West wind at 8. dew point very low at 22, even lower humidity at 20%. So as we look at satellite radar and water vapor, notice all this orange that is centered over us. That is dry air in our atmosphere. We also have high pressure in control thanks to all that dry air. So that's what we're going to be seeing as we go on forward into the weekend. So here are the next 3 days. Notice we have the winds returning tomorrow, and that's going to make for higher fire dangers. That's where we have that red flag warning for most of the area tomorrow. So it is prohibited to do any burning outdoors. So Saturday, that's what we're going to be watching for, and continued fire dangers into Sunday, even warmer temperatures flirting with 80. And then finally, we could see some beneficial rain going on into Monday, along with the chance of some thunderstorms. So here is our allergy forecast. That is the other big story besides the fire dangers. We are looking at some high allergy counts, especially tree pollen, every single day through Tuesday. So if you do have any allergies, if you suffer from respiratory health issues, just limit your time outdoors because the pollen is really starting to count up. Early April is actually our peak pollen count, so we still have a few weeks to go. So this is nothing like what we're going to be seeing in the next few weeks. So Futurecast shows high pressure moving on into the south as we go into tomorrow, and then we'll be on the backside of that high as we go into Sunday. That means we have a suddenly warm flow of a wind, and that's going to also bring in a few more high clouds during the day, but the rain stays off to the west until we get towards Sunday night. Now here's a cold front that's going to be pushing on in, bring in some showers and even some storms on your Monday, and then drying out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So this is a very dry pattern that we're in, unfortunately. Temperature-wise, are going to be staying steady in the 70s as we go into next week, a little bit above average. Average high is 72 degrees. Now, overnight lows are going to be variable here. So 36 degrees tonight, 50 Monday morning, then going up and down, still mostly above average for this time of the year. So lows tonight will be actually below average for a change in the 30s and low 40s, but no threat of a freeze or a frost, which is good news. Going into tomorrow, temperatures will be actually just around average in the mid-70s in many spots. It will be breezy. Those winds are going to be picking up once again, gusting up to around 25, maybe 30 miles per hour in some spots. So your 10-day forecast shows that chance of rain and storms on Monday, but then after that, check it out. Plenty of sunshine almost every single day. That's good to be outside, but unfortunately, when you need that rain, we're in a moderate drought. So let's hope things don't get even worse. And of course, remember to not do any burning outdoors for now, right now.
Not a good time for it. Thanks, Miller. The Salvation Army is teaming up with a local youth-led nonprofit to provide professional attire for people who need to look good. They're going to give it out tomorrow from 5:30 to 6 at the Center of Hope on Green Street. The nonprofit is called the Menara Project, and it's all about raising awareness about the homeless population in our area and teaching all of us about the challenges they face.
Not only is this a great opportunity for the people who are staying at our shelter looking for, professional clothing when they're out on job hunts or they're in that interview process, but we know that it's hard to make ends meet right now. And so not only is this an opportunity for people who are struggling with homelessness, but this is an opportunity for people who, are living paycheck to paycheck and they don't have that excess money to spend on professional clothing.
The event is open to the public tomorrow, 5:30 to 6 p.m. If you can't make it, there will be more opportunities on March 29th, April 5th, and April 19th from 5:30 to 6, again at the Center of Hope on Green Street. Coming up, it is officially March Madness. We'll take a look at the top contenders for the women's title next.
The WJBF Scholar Athlete Awards honor high school students from around the CSRA for outstanding achievements, both on the athletic field and in the classroom.
We're Andy and Angie Harrelson.
On behalf of our participating McDonald's restaurants, we invite you to nominate a deserving high school senior that excels in the classroom and in athletics.
Here's how.
To nominate, go to WJBF.com and click Scholar Athlete Award under the Sports tab.
On the card, the game's opening ceremony will begin at 3 p.m. Add your events, log on to WJBF.com/community calendar.
The madness is underway across the country as the NCAA women's basketball tournament kicked off today. Christiane Cordero has the latest to get you prepped for the highly anticipated hoops.
2024 was a historic year for women's college basketball as the women's NCAA tournament drew more TV viewers in than the men's for the first time in its 42-year history, culminating in the most watched women's college basketball game ever. And the momentum bounced right into 2025.
Last season was fantastic in the women's game. It kept going this year, the most watched in like 16 years for the regular season.
No game garnered more attention this season than when USC and UConn met in December, a matchup that showcased two star-studded teams led by future WNBA draft picks Juju Watkins and Paige Beckers. And as March Madness tips off, the Trojans and Huskies could very well be set up for a collision course in the Elite Eight.
Either Paige Beckers or Juju Watkins will not be in the Final Four. I was mad. I wanted them both. But the fact that that's going to happen potentially in the Elite Eight, to me, is going to be super fun.
Many are saying this is the most parity we've seen among women's college basketball in recent memory.
Honestly, the field is as open as it ever has been.
But that could be a moot point, given that historically, no true underdog has ever been crowned champion.
Something to know, Cinderella in a women's seed is like a 3 seed. Nobody lower than a 3 seed has ever won the national championship on the women's side.
So watch out for the favorites: South Carolina, UConn, UCLA, Texas, and USC. Whether or not there's a Cinderella story this year, the women's tournament surely looks to once again be the belle of the ball this March.
It's still the most special basketball you'll ever play. And I play in the pros, it's the most special basketball you'll play in your entire life.
Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
And that is it for us for this half hour, but there's a lot more coming up on News Channel 6 at 5:30, including Elon Musk visiting the Pentagon today.
This is the big one. It's the Rooms to Go anniversary sale. And we're turning every room into a reason to celebrate. Living rooms, bedrooms, and dining rooms at special anniversary sale prices. So stop waiting and start saving. A celebration this big happens only once a year. It's the Rooms to